I can't remember the last time I read a road test about a new Alfa Romeo model that didn't trumpet the car to save Alfa Romeo. And this GTV was one of those. But this car could in fact stand up to BMW. And in fact, Autocar, when they first road tested this GTV, which is known in Alfa circles as the 916 GTV, the feature, the road test signed off with the phrase, "Still want that BMW?" The car to which they were comparing it was the E36 generation coupe. And if you know your BMWs, you know that the E36 was a real state-of-the-art car. It was a real jump from the old style E30. Yet the GTV, based on its Fiat Tipo floor pan, was able to take the fight to BMW, and really Alfa didn't need to make any excuses. And it is very much an Alfa. It's infuriating to live with in many ways. You can get all the mechanical bits for these, but trim bits, second-hand only, I'm afraid. Alfa really doesn't care about its older cars very much. Little things will annoy you. When we first got this car, it needed a power steering pipe. We took it to a garage, who took it to someone else, who cut the pipe in half before discovering that no, they couldn't match the obscure sized Italian fittings from the 90s, and so we were left with an undrivable car. In the end, we had to get a second-hand part. There are parts available, we managed to source one, but of course we had to wait a week for it to be delivered. Then we had to fight our way round the transverse engine to fit the pipe. Little things like that will test your patience with Alfa Romeos, but then if you've had Alfas in the past, then you're used to that kind of thing. This car we bought defying all conventional wisdom. I bought it for 500 quid from a farmer in the dark for cash. Not the most sensible thing to do, but in truth, it's been fine. And do you know the best thing? The air conditioning still works, it still blows cold. Now, if you'd bought this car back in 1999, you'd have been pretty surprised when you drove away from that Alfa showroom that your aircon blew cold. Ours still blows cold 20 years later. You can get the GTV in the British market with just two engine choices. The 2-litre 16-valve TwinSpark or the 3-litre V6. What we have here is the TwinSpark, but it's actually not the traditional Alfa twin cam that you'd find in the 75. It's essentially a Fiat engine with an Alfa Romeo twin-spark head. It's not as quick as the V6, no. On the other hand, the V6 fills the engine bay. If you think this engine bay is full here with the TwinSpark, the 6-cylinder engine absolutely rams it full, and you just can't work on them. This is hard enough. To change the master cylinder, you need to take most of this stuff off, and it's going to kill you to try and do it. Little things like that are what test your patience here under the bonnet. To drive one of these, it's refreshingly conventional for an Alfa Romeo, really. The electric window switches are on the door instead of on the roof or something. The driving position is typically Alfa. It's never quite right, but it's comfortable enough, and the interior is a lovely piece of design. In this one we've got black Momo leather, and it's all stood the test of time really well. And remember, this is a 500 quid car. It's actually, I think, as well made inside as a BMW. And I know people will be laughing at me right there, but every single switch in this car still works. It still does what it was meant to do. There's actually nothing broken on it, and it's done 128,000 miles. I'm quite impressed by that. I've driven E36 coupes that are in a terrible state after that kind of mileage. Despite the GTV being front drive, it does handle beautifully. It reminds me really of a Corrado or something similar from the 90s, where it was quite obvious that the chassis designers had managed to master the art of making front-wheel drive fun. It's got a lovely sharp turn in, and it feels very nicely balanced when you're pushing on a bit. It's easy to get a bit overexcited with Alfa Romeos, and you do meet people who look like they've crashed into an Alfa Romeo dealership. I couldn't resist sticking these on. It's not really a green cloverleaf model, is it? But I quite like them. Could be worse though. I could be arriving at work every morning wearing my Alfa Romeo hat and carrying my Alfa Romeo umbrella. I've also got an Alfa Romeo pen. I think they give you these because they know that sooner or later you are going to be walking in the rain. As we come through the village here, you might notice the exhaust note is not at all standard. Someone's fitted a stainless pipe to this car, and it is pretty noisy, but it sounds superb, so we'll probably leave it. The V6 is a really seriously quick car, but even this 2-litre TwinSpark is fast enough to be fun. So can I recommend the GTV as a modern classic? I reckon I can. If you've always fancied an Alfa, but you haven't quite had the bottle to buy one because you don't want to spend your life welding and you want a car that actually works, then the GTV pretty much fits the bill. It's got the practicality of a 90s car, and you can leave it outside all year round. It'll still start and it won't let you down, and you can enjoy driving it. It is a fun car to drive. Go on, do it.